Alright, I'm trying something new with this video. Instead of just going completely off the top of my head, I've written down a few points in attempt to make it more coherent, and I've been sort of goofing around a little bit too much. So I'm going to try something else out. Yeah, so this video is called Why I Am an Artificial Intelligence Skeptic. And artificial intelligence, it's been getting a lot of press lately, and I don't think you know there's some negative attention. I think the most famous person, the skeptic, would be Elon Musk. He's sort of warning that, it's going to be, a dystopian nightmare kind of thing. But my skepticism is a lot more nuanced than that, or maybe not a lot more nuanced. I just mean it's the points I'm trying to make are a little bit harder to convey than it's going to unleash unthinkable evil or something like that. So the first point I'd like to make is with my personal interactions with artificial intelligence. I've been disappointed with the results. So when I am in on a website that uses artificial intelligence, such as Facebook or YouTube, the recommended sort of the recommended content is very rarely something that I'd like to listen to or watch or read about. So on Facebook, the news stories that sort of get promoted are from friends that I don't really consider that close of friends. And then on YouTube, the videos that are recommended are things I don't actually want to watch. And so what I find myself doing instead of using artificial intelligence is I find myself trying to escape artificial intelligence. And that might sound strange if you're a believer in AI, but I spend a lot of time trying to get away from the decision engine, the decisions that the AI is making. And so what I find better is a combination of browsing with really good filter rules. An example of this would be if you ever used the website Discogs. It's a database of millions of albums, and I find that that's the best way to find music, because I will browse based on filter rules, and then I'll find things that I wouldn't regularly be able to find. It will give me something that I didn't know about. Whereas the AI seems to instead enforce ideas that I'm already aware of, but I'm not that interested in. So it seems to amplify, at least this is my experience, it seems to amplify what I'm not interested in, rather than bring me to something that I do want, which is a new experience or new meaning or new ideas. So the next one is that there are winners and losers in all systems. So the way it's sort of being presented right now is that it's already been given a godlike sentience or power over us, artificial intelligence, and so I disagree that it is as beneficial, I guess, or infallible as it's being presented. And I think there are some people benefiting from artificial intelligence, and it seems like so far, at least with the selection artificial intelligence, like the decision engines and so forth, the ones that recommend content. It seems to be people that are able to manipulate the manipulate the not the metadata, because that's more search engine optimization, but manipulate the criteria needed to get preference. And I've noticed that a lot of content that does get preference in an artificial intelligence based system is just it's quite base, I guess, base lizard brain. It's I don't know what you want to call it. Like it's whatever sort of is amplified by very I don't know, not obsessive, but fanatical supporters. So whatever is fanatical seems to be amplified by the artificial intelligence, rather than what I'm looking for, which is new ideas and new meaning and things that I haven't seen before. So the other point is that it's untested. We're in the very early stages of this. So there's already true believers of artificial intelligence that are acting. Yeah, I guess I've already said this in different words, but they're acting like it will be a benefit. Like there's no doubt that it will benefit our existence. And my sort of stepping back is that we haven't even tried it yet. We haven't, like, it hasn't even been tested. So I don't understand quite how we've already made the leap that it is going to be highly beneficial to us. And then closely related to this is that it's created by humans, and it's just an equation. So what it is basically is it's just statistics. It's just a bunch of sort of. I looked at it a little bit, but it's quite hard to understand. But it's just a bunch of, I think, if I recall, like calculus derivatives or something like that, differential equations, I believe, is the right. It's just making a feedback loop, and maybe some of this can be useful for things like finding patterns, and so that might be really good if you're trying to, I don't know. It seems like there's going to be a lot of insurance applications involving being able to see if someone is on their cell phone when they're driving or something like that, or that I don't know, that there's a pattern. But I think there's a leap that I think we should be very cautious of, is that we have this equation that has some uses, but then what happens is we begin to believe that this equation is all powerful, and so I think that's where we want to be very cautious. Because so like, take for example what I was saying, that there are sort of, I think I went over this, that there's like winners and losers in the system. I think I can't remember if I touched on this, but the idea is that there are some people that win and lose in artificial intelligence, right? And also that the artificial intelligence is making selections that I don't personally want. So there are people starting to say, well, we can use this artificial intelligence to like predict, deviant behavior and punish people, and make sure that someone doesn't do something out of hand. And I think the reason I'm worried about that is because just in a fun way, just watching music and videos and stuff like that, I get wildly undesirable predictions from artificial intelligence about what I want and who it thinks I am. It gives me videos with political views that are so far from what I believe that I'm quite shocked that it would suggest these things. So then, if someone then takes things further and they say, well, this artificial intelligence, it can predict what kind of person you are, right? Well then, so I'm getting these videos that say, this is the kind of person you are, and they're grossly different from the person I believe I am, right? So if we have that much faith in this algorithm, right, to start policing us, and I think it's a step too far, unless we can agree that it was accurate. And I guess, my final point is, if it was as good as we say, as people are saying it is, there'd be a whole bunch of practical uses for it, and I don't see the practical uses so far. Like there's some recommendations that are being made, and they're being touted as very accurate, but I personally find them a nuisance, and maybe other people don't find them a nuisance. But other than that, I guess the self-driving car, that is an impressive feat, but it seems to be delayed and never quite there. But even that, I guess a self-driving car would be quite useful. But it doesn't seem to be able to do people's jobs, or it still seems quite limited. And from reading about it a little bit, it seems that a lot of people that work with it are saying, oh, there's a huge leap between what we think it will be able to do one day and what we can actually do with it. And so it's being marketed as something that is already able to do the godlike things that it might be able to do a long time from now, if like hundreds of thousands of problems are solved. So that's if there's a couple of people that hear this, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of interest yet, or AI skepticism, or I haven't been able to find exactly how to package it so that it gets to people. But those are my thoughts about my AI skepticism. So if I could add to a conversation, I think it's very important that we examine our hubris, I guess. Like a technology can be useful, but it seems very common as a human flaw that when new technology comes about, that we as a society, at least some of us vocal supporters of it, begin to believe it will solve every problem. So there's this utopia, dystopia, extreme faction, like extreme camps or factions, whereas I'm trying to say something a little bit more moderate or in the middle, that I'm skeptical of it, but not so against it that I don't think it should exist. Just that we need to not allow ourselves to work ourselves up into a frenzy about it, and always be questioning whether it should, whether how we think of it is as good as it actually is, or if it's just a tool that we can make use of, but doesn't solve all our problems.